Factsverse presents Vintage Ads That Would Be Banned Today. Number 1. Loves Baby Soft. This magazine ad, which was printed in the 80s, shows a little girl holding a teddy bear wearing lipstick like a grown woman. The headline reads, "Loves Baby Soft because innocence is sexier than you think." Today, this ad would never fly. It would be considered a form of child pornography, which would cause a great deal of controversy. Number 2. Chase and Sanborn Coffee. When the ad was first printed, it didn't stir up any anger. Today, women everywhere would be boycotting their coffee. The ad shows what would happen to a wife if her husband found out that she's still buying flat coffee. The ad says that if she were to buy Chase and Sanborn coffee, her husband would not put her over his knee and give her a spanking like the man is doing in the photo. This would never fly today. Number 3. The 7-Up Baby Ad. Natural food moms everywhere would be outraged by this ad. There's a picture of a baby drinking a bottle of 7-Up with the help of an adult. The ad goes as far as to say that mom should fill her baby's bottle with equal parts of milk and 7-Up. No baby or child should be having caffeinated soda regularly like this ad suggests. Number 4. Van Heusen Ties. Liberated women everywhere would be screaming if this ad was put in print today. The photo shows a man in bed wearing a new tie. His wife comes over, gets down on her knees, and serves him his breakfast on a tray. There's no reason that this man can't go downstairs and eat his breakfast in the kitchen. Any liberated woman would never stand for this. Number 5. Cocaine Toothache Drops. Today, this ad would not be inappropriate. It would be illegal. Years ago, in the 1920s, doctors could prescribe cocaine for a variety of ailments. This advertisement offers cocaine toothache drops for just 15 cents and claims it would be an instant cure. After doctors discovered the dangers of cocaine, it was no longer available, not even with a prescription. Number 6. Metcalfe's Coca Wine. This is another ad that would be illegal today because cocaine is considered an illegal drug. This wine was one of many on the market that contained cocaine. It was designed to treat conditions of the mind and the body. However, many people purchased it for the recreational value. Today, you would never see this type of advertisement or this type of product on the market. Number 7. Coca-Cola Syrup. This ad was introduced in the 1880s when there was still cocaine added to the product. In 1906, when the drug was banned, the cocaine was removed from the syrup and it became what we know today as Coca-Cola. You would never see an ad like this today. Number 8. Bare Aspirin. This is not an advertisement that you would ever see today. Yes, Bare Aspirin does have ads in print and on television, however, it no longer contains heroin like it did years ago. According to the ad, the heroin was used to treat coughs. After doctors saw how dangerous and addictive the drug was, it was quickly taken off the market. Today, heroin is responsible for millions of overdoses every year. Number 9. Ayer's Cherry Pectoral. During a time that children were dying of diseases such as whooping cough, influenza, consumption, and diseases of the throat and lungs, Ayer's Cherry Pectoral promised to be a magic cure. While the cure wasn't magic, what went into the cure seemed like it was. There was actually an opiate narcotic ingredient in the medication, and millions of parents were giving it to their children who were as young as 2 years old. If you look at the children in the ad, the girl on the floor looks high, while the girl climbing up on the bottle looks like she would do anything possible to get high. Not appropriate today. Number 10. Fairy Soap Ad. This is an incredibly racist and offensive ad which, if published today, the Fairy Soap Company would go out of business after being sued by every African-American person and organization in the United States. The ad shows a little white child holding a bar of fairy soap talking to an African-American child who is not wearing shoes, and her dress looks filthy. The ad reads, "Why doesn't your mama wash you with fairy soap?" This ad is beyond awful. Number 11. Chinese Laundry Detergent Commercial. This is yet another commercial that is very racist and offensive against African Americans. The only difference between this and the fairy soap ad is almost 100 years. This ad shows a Chinese woman and a black man. She shoves the man in the washing machine and he comes out Chinese. It's surprising that in this day and age, an advertising firm would believe this is an appropriate commercial. Later, a competing product came out with a commercial doing the exact opposite, showing the Chinese company that it is not an appropriate commercial. Number 12. Versace Ad. This is an ad that got people all upset for no good reason at all. It shows a nice-looking family dressed beautifully. Because the woman in the photo looks young and the older child in the photo looks like he could be 6 or 7, people started saying that Versace was pro-teen pregnancy. The ad isn't offensive. Some people just have too much time on their hands and they need new things to complain about. Number 13. The Equinox Ad. This ad showed media heiress Lydia Hearst at a dinner table at a fancy restaurant breastfeeding 2 children. There are still people today who believe breastfeeding is something that should be done behind closed doors, so they went into a rampage. Number 14. Sisley Fashion Chunky Ad. This ad started a huge controversy, and many people wanted it to be ripped from the magazines. The ad shows 2 women who look awful sniffing very long lines of cocaine, but it's really a dress. The problem was the powder that is left on the Chase credit card. The fact that the girl on the left's nipple is showing doesn't help either. Parents, teachers, and government officials all believed that this ad was too much for any magazine. Number 15. Dunkin' Donuts Charcoal Donut. This is an extremely offensive commercial to African Americans. The beginning of the ad shows a white girl about to eat a donut. After she eats it, you see her in blackface as if the donut coated her. Everyone knows that being in blackface is extremely disrespectful to African Americans everywhere. This is beyond offensive and incredibly racist. Shame on you, Dunkin' Donuts! Number 16. Baby Marlboro Ad. With all of the dangers associated with cigarettes, this ad would be completely outlawed. Not only are they advertising cigarettes, which people say is wrong, they are using 2 adorable babies to get people to buy the cigarettes. This would never be allowed today. Number 17. Motorola Televisions. In today's world, parents think that their children are too plugged in. They're always watching television, playing video games, and on their phones. For this reason alone, this ad would never be appropriate today. The ad offers ways that your children can benefit from watching television. In a world where we all want kids to play outside rather than sit on the couch, this type of ad would never fly. Number 18. Chloranol Bleach. This is the most offensive vintage ad that would be banned today. Of all the ads on this list, this is by far the most offensive. Not only does it use the N-word, it is extremely offensive to African Americans. It is sad to know that we once lived in a world where this type of advertising campaign was acceptable. Luckily, times have changed, and this would never ever be considered for an ad campaign today. Subscribe for more.